And hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever and whenever you may be listening to us across the entire globe. It's Psychic Talk. That's right. Psychic Talk Radio and YouTube Live. We are simulcasting on Blog Talk and live video streaming on YouTube. I'm Dax Carlisle, coming to you live from Tucson, Arizona, co-founder of the International Association of Angel Practitioners, and I've been president of the Tarot Guild for 20 years. Oh my God. And our newest, and of course, executive producer of Psychic Talk, our network of shows, and then Psychic Cafe is our brand new website, www.psychic.cafe. So my guest co-host today is Michelle Metheny, but I don't know where she is. So Michelle was here and I saw her camera and everything, and my camera was off because I was doing something else. And then I walked away and I came back and then she was gone. So yeah, so I don't know what's going on. Michelle, if you're out there, turn your camera on. I don't know what happened. She just totally disappeared. She was all ready. She was getting ready. She, had her cards and got her table ready and all this kind of stuff, and I walked away and came back and she was gone. I mean, she's still on here on the Zoom meeting that we have feeding into the YouTube, but she doesn't have her mic on, doesn't have her camera on. So not sure what's going on there. Let me see if I can say something in the chat real quick. Let's say something. Hey, Michelle. Where are you? So anyway, so Dan just popped in the chat. She'll be with you. She'll be right with you. Okay, so something's going on. There might have been like an emergency pit stop. Yep, that happens. Sometimes you have to do an emergency pit stop to the little girl's room, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Nature is in charge, right? Anyway, so it looks like she'll be here soon. I don't know what happened with the time. I was getting ready and had plenty of time and had everything all set up, and I was about to start promoting and everything. And then before I knew it, it was like, okay, 5 minutes till, what? What do you mean 5 minutes till the show? Anyway, I just had an hour and a half, to go. In fact, I remember Michelle had messaged me and said that she was all running around trying to get ready to do the show, and then realized she had over 2 hours before the show started. And I said, that happens all the time. But yeah, I had an hour and a half to go, and then it was all gone. I didn't even have time to go get a cup of coffee or tea or anything. You know how on these shows, I always have my mug with my tea. Usually in the evening, I have tea, peppermint tea or something like that. And if I do a morning show, I have coffee, right? I mean, it is Psychic Cafe. Hello, you know. So today, no, not enough time. Yeah, so I guess, maybe I'll have my tea after the show, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, how's everybody doing? It's Wednesday, May 1st. It is, it's May Day, right? Is this when they used to do the maypole or something? I don't know. That's ancient history, so it just popped in my head for some reason. Oh, Dan said there's just a minor emergency. Just a minor emergency. Nothing big. It's funny, I didn't get the tower card or anything. I pulled a card for the card of the day. Didn't get a tower card though. Let's see. What happens if I cut the deck here just for fun, right? So waiting. Oh, that's odd. Okay. So the heart of the matter card I got was the Ace of Swords, and then I've got the Ace of Wands. Very fascinating. Okay, so I don't know why that came up for the show. Do we have new beginnings going on here? I don't know. Actually, I was on a call with our Friday host from Compassionate Light. Yeah. So Catherine Hahn was on with me, and we talked up a storm for like 2.5 hours. And so she was supposed to come on, start doing live shows this Friday, but she's going to do pre-record it. So if she gets one to me, I'll get it up for Friday. May or may not have a show Friday, but she'll be putting up pre-recorded episodes, and we'll be getting those out to you and everything like that. But we were talking about the problems with Blog Talk, and it didn't work on Monday again. It's working now, and we got some calls coming in here. So as soon as Michelle gets here, we'll start taking some calls. Meanwhile, you can call in at 714-816-4628. That's 714-816-4628. And do I have that in the? Yeah, it's in the bottom. I just want to double check, make sure I had it in the bottom scroll. Oh, yeah, there it is. Call in 714-816-4628. Sometimes I take that out on some shows because we don't have the phone lines. Like on Monday, Blog Talk wouldn't let us in. Today we're in. Yeah, but it's so hit and miss. It's so hit and miss. And that's one of the things that I talked to Catherine about, because the only reason we were holding on to Blog Talk is for the phone lines, and 10,000 episodes there, and but the thing is, it's a lot of work, connecting that with the Zoom into the YouTube and all that stuff. And half the time it's not working nowadays. And oh my God, I've messaged them, back in the day. And we've been with Blog Talk for 14 years, podcasting, doing radio shows. Now we do YouTube lives as well, simulcasted. 14 years. And I used to be able to call them up on the phone and say, hey, I got this issue, because we're paying for the platform. It's not free, folks, And in 14 years, we've spent $10,000 or something with Blog Talk Radio. Anyway, you think after 14 years, well, they took away that you can't call them up. Yeah. And they used to have, like, during your show, so you go into the studio, and there'd be a hot button right there. You could press, you get somebody instantly and say, hey, I'm having this issue, got to fix this. We're live on air, or we're trying to get live on air. Nope. Took that away too. You got to send them a snail. Well, it's an email, but with instant messaging and everything, actually, have you noticed how now email is now snail mail? Remember when email came along, and snail mail was, when you mail out a physical letter to someone, and then you had email, which was fast. Well, no. Email is now snail mail. And we have instant messaging and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we don't even get that with Blog Talk anymore. We're lucky if they and that's another thing. 7 days a week, 365 days a year, you could get somebody. Now you're lucky if they get to you by Monday or Tuesday. Let's say you have a problem on a Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, sometime on the weekend, and you put in a message, you send them a message on Saturday, Sunday, God forbid you send it on Friday night, because then you have all Saturday and Sunday. They'll get it Monday morning, and everybody else's message. So are they going to get back to you on Monday? No, it'll be Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. This happened back in late December, and they gave us a free month in January. We didn't have to pay for Blog Talk. And I kind of suggested that again, but it doesn't look like they're going to give us another free month. And so, that's one of the big things I was talking to our host, Catherine Hahn, about, because, Maria's show is on hiatus right now. It was only Maria and Sharona. Mostly, Sharona wasn't even doing video shows when she went on hiatus, and now it's, we're past her summer break, and she hasn't come back. So I don't know if she's coming back or not. Probably not. We'll leave it at that. And she wanted the phone lines and do blog talk, and Catherine. Oh, hey, there she is. You made it back. Hi, Michelle.
I'm here.
Yay. So I was just telling everybody the fun chat I had with Catherine, and we talked about a lot of really cool content and ideas.
Yeah.
We talked about ideas for courses and content and things for later this year and next year and stuff. But I was talking to her about Blog Talk, and I always assumed it was her and Sharona and Maria, liked, because they're from um, old school psyche talk. Some of them, like Maria's been around for 14 years, us doing radio and podcasting, and they're used to the Blog Talk and everything like that. And so I understand why they're used to it, and wanted to keep it going and everything like that.
Hmm.
But I know you wanted it on your show on Saturday.
Oh, I
And
can go without.
we always have had it, on Saturday shows, weekend shows. But the problems that we've had, oh my God.
Hmm.
Of course, I brought up another thing with Catherine. Was I said that even without the problems, even if everything was just like it's been. By the way, folks, 14 years of Blog Talk, I can count on one hand the number of issues we had until the end of last year. And the last few months, I mean, it's nonstop problems.
Hmm.
Nonstop problems. Yeah. And we're paying for this, And
Yeah.
I wish there was a better solution. Trust me, I've looked at other systems, other platforms, 90% of, well, probably 98% of the platforms that out there don't have the main component. The real reason why you do Blog Talk is because it's Blog Talk radio, not podcasting. There's all those podcasting platforms. People make a video or an audio, mostly audio in podcasting, and they upload it, and that's it. Blog Talk Radio is live radio, live internet radio, and
Exactly.
and we have the caller lines and the phone lines and everything like that. Where people can call in live. Can't do that on podcasting. First of all, 90% of them, they're not live shows
Right.
anyway, and these other platforms are not set up with phone lines. And when you do come across a platform that may be able to do what you want it to do, like Blog Talk, it costs 10 times the amount of money,
Wow.
hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of dollars a month. Yeah. So, that's the main reason that's been holding me back for like literally years now. I've been wanting to get rid of Blog Talk, but been holding on to it for the other hosts, and because it's a very inexpensive solution.
Right.
But now it's too much. It's too much. I don't know. It's
It's
more trouble
becoming
than more
worse.
trouble than
Yeah.
it's worth. That's what I was trying to get at. It's more trouble than it's worth, and it's just a pain now. It's bothering me. Um, there's another big thing too about it, and that is that we have over 500. In fact, let's do the check on YouTube here. Check our stats here. We've got over 522 subscribers now, and 661 videos. And then if we go over to the studio on YouTube and go to monetization, we are at 1,948 public watch hours. We only need 52 more hours, and we will be up to 2,000 public watch hours. We only need 3,000 to get monetized. That's right.
Wow.
And the first stage of monetization, now I'm not 100% sure because they keep changing it all the time.
Yeah,
But
they do.
YouTube reduced it down to 500 subscribers, 3,000 watch hours for the first level where you get shopping, supers, and membership. So what is that? So membership, you can set up membership on your YouTube channel and provide exclusive content. Guess what? We already do that on Psychic Cafe. We don't really need that. Shopping, you can attach your store to YouTube. Maybe we do that. I don't know, but we can do the store on Psychic Cafe and just tell people go to Psychic Cafe.
Right.
Again, why share revenue with YouTube, right? It's like the people that were always trying to get me to do the Patreon thing.
Right. Yes.
And I'm
Where
like,
they get the extra money.
yeah, it's like, okay, now let me get this straight. So I should create a Patreon because apparently a lot of the other, or all the other, not all, obviously, but a lot of the other creators on YouTube use that. And so I'm going to send people there and they can sign up for whatever I'm offering at whatever price I'm offering, and then a nice big fat cut is obviously going to go to them,
Yep.
to the Patreon itself.
Yeah.
Now, my big question was, and it was, some of our hosts in the past said, why are we not doing Patreon? And I said, well, we actually have before this website, we still had the tarotguild.com and we still do. And we still do have psychictalk.net.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, we already have a website where people can go and they can sign up for a membership, or they can send in a donation or whatever. Why do we, and they go, oh, well,
Yeah.
all the, and so she goes, like some of our hosts went, well, because all the creators are doing it, and it gets you more revenue and I'm like, how does it get you more revenue? Does that platform, does I keep forgetting the name, the Patreon, yeah.
Patreon.
I swear to God, I have such a negative thing in my head about
And it
Patreon
just goes out.
that it
Yeah.
just goes right out of my head. I have to
Mhm.
concentrate to remember Patreon because I'm so against it. Coffee is another one. At least coffee is reasonable. Coffee is
No.
coffee doesn't take a huge chunk like Patreon. But
Patreon.
again, these third party, why are we sending our followers to another website? Why are we sending them to Patreon and coffee? Why are we sending them to this other place? And then
Instead of our website.
it becomes harder to get them to our website then, right? So it makes no
Exactly.
sense. And then my other question was, okay, so is Patreon promoting and marketing us?
Mm.
Are
Mm-mm.
they? Are they actively, at least, okay, we're paying for Blog Talk Radio. We're on Blog Talk Radio. At least we have a page on there.
Yep.
And when we have a show coming up and also when we're live on Blog Talk Radio, they put it up there. Psychic Talk is live. So
Yeah.
they are we're paying monthly, hefty fee, but they are at least sending people to then, we got millions of people going to Blog Talk Radio. That's another reason why, I've been hesitant to get rid of it.
Right.
Um, and we have like 200,000 lifetime listens on there, 222,000 listens. Anyway, but I was looking at it today and, we don't have a lot of people watching the shows there. They're watching the shows elsewhere, YouTube, our YouTube channel. And, they're not watching it on Blog
Yeah.
Talk. you know, you're lucky if you get 30 or 40 people watching per episode, where we
Mm,
used to get several hundred, so,
right.
and then also I just said we have, what did I say? We have 522.
522?
Yeah. We already, in the short amount of time we've been doing YouTube, have 522 people. There's still only 100 and something followers, people that have actually clicked to follow Psychic Talk on Blog Talk. But,
Wow.
but at least Psychic Talk puts us in front of their audience, the millions of people each day hitting blogtalkradio.com.
Right.
People that go to patreon.com are asked to start a Patreon page and promote it and have people go there to their page. They're people
Oh,
people going to Patreon are not told then by Patreon, by the people going to Patreon, that, hey, you should go over and check out Psychic Talk. No, no, no.
nope.
The only way you get traffic to your page is if you're the one sending them there. And
Mm-hmm.
you're getting traffic where? You're getting traffic to their website,
Yep.
which builds their
Yep.
statistics on Google. And for your trouble, are they paying you to do that? No, they are taking a percentage of all the money you make.
Yep.
Patreon, Coffee, all these platforms are the biggest scam on the planet. They are.
Yeah.
Actually, technically, YouTube is a scam too. But at least you can, go on there and use it for free. It's not
That's
costing money.
true. Yeah.
But until you get enough followers and until you do the right kind of content that is recognized by their algorithm, and until you get monetized and have enough viewer hours and enough, watch hours, public watch, I still don't know what that is, I mean, anyway, and the number of subscribers, until you get there, they don't pay attention to you. I mean, you're lucky if they're promoting. They're mostly
Yeah.
not. Mostly not. You have to make it big, go viral. You have to do your videos just right so that the algorithm will catch hold of it and start putting it out there. Otherwise, there's like hundreds of thousands of channels out there just floating around with a couple hundred subscribers, and each
Mm.
video gets 3 views. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
there's a lot of that. But it's still, overall, you are building content for YouTube. And what do we all do? We run out and we promote our videos and send people where? To YouTube.
YouTube.
And then they're on the platform already. So guess what? After they're after they're done watching your video, if they even watch it all the way through, boom, they're on to the next video, and they're this one, and they're watching ads. And
Yeah.
YouTube's making all this money off the ads and everything like that. So, if once you get monetized, and if you can blow up your channel, maybe you'll make some money.
Yeah. It's
You know,
possible.
Yes. And so the whole reason I brought this up was because of I'm looking right now on the studio here. So the memberships, why would I make a membership on YouTube and give a percentage? I'm sure they take a percent. I mean, is it free though? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I might be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys can let me know in the chat if I'm wrong. But I don't think they give you any. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
assume they take a percentage. I assume they, you know, um, let me check. Oh, actually, it does tell you on here. Guess what? You will receive 70% of the net revenue. What does that mean?
Wow.
They
They
take
take
30%.
Wow.
So guess what?
That's ridiculous.
I'm not going to send people, who come to my YouTube channel and say, "Hey, click on the membership below and join." No. Why am I going to
No.
give 30% to YouTube? I'm going to say,
Right?
come join Psychic Cafe,
That's
which has
right.
infinitely more features than YouTube does. YouTube is
Yes.
not a community website. there's, you can't do groups and interaction and all the cool things you can do on our website. Is more like, it's more like Facebook, And then the other thing you can do is shopping. You can connect a store to promote your products, like merchandise on your channels. Do they take a percentage of that too? I don't know. But,
Hmm.
but why
I
would
wonder.
but why wouldn't I show my merch in my videos and like in my description of my video? Why wouldn't I send them to my store on Psychic Cafe
Yeah.
and keep 100% of the revenue?
Mm-hmm.
The
Makes more
only
sense to me.
So the only thing I'm interested in here is the supers. So these are super chats, super stickers, and super thanks, where you engage with your community and feel supported. With the supers, you can earn each time fans buy a highlighted chat or an animated message. So they can, during our lives, like we're doing right now, send an animated message and or a super chat where they are, and I believe it pops it up automatically on the screen. And so
Hmm.
if you have a question in chat, right now we tell people, put your questions in chat and we'll pull some cards. And
Right.
we tell people to go where? We tell them to go over to our, if I can find it here, send them over to our psychic.cafe/coffee, which is our Patreon. Yes, you can literally go there and you can send us a cup of coffee, you know. But with super chats, it's integrated, it's a little bit easier. I don't mind paying for this. And when I say paying for it, I don't mind giving a percentage to YouTube, because ultimately what happens is channels that get monetized and they're doing lives and start doing super chats, is people will go in there and they'll write their question, like if they want us to pull cards for them, and they'll send 10, 15, 20, $25, and
Yep.
it'll pop up on the screen down here. um that is the direction I can see things going. And once we get that and get that started, think about it. Do we want to be taking phone calls on Blog Talk? Or do we want to be taking the chat questions on YouTube where they can click and do a super chat? Because ultimately, I want to get to the point where every question is a super chat.
Right.
I mean,
Yep.
I mean, obviously, you're going to be able to put in a question for free in there, but we're going to take the super chats first, and
Exactly.
as it builds up, eventually it'll get to the point where we will not have time to get to any of the free questions. It's just going to be super chats the whole way. And so you want 100% of your traffic going to your YouTube live and you want them getting into the chat room with you. You don't want them on the telephone on Blog Talk, because you can't do a super chat through a phone call.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
So
I agree.
So my whole point about this is, even if Blog Talk was pristine and we weren't having the issues that we're having now, and they were doing everything right like they did 14 years ago and are not doing right now, we'd still have to get rid of Blog Talk at some point.
That
In,
makes sense. Yeah.
in order to take full advantage of the YouTube channel itself and the monetization,
Right.
something like that.
Right.
So when you disappeared and Dan's like, she's got an emergency, and I'm like, I don't care, get her the hell over here. She's supposed to be doing with me. Where the hell is she? So I pulled a couple cards and I got the ace of wand
Ooh.
and the ace of sword. Why did I get two aces like that? What, I'm trying to connect this to whatever happened to you. Dan put, what did Dan say? He said, she'll be right back, just a minor emergency. And I'm like, okay, so what do these two aces have to do with her minor emergency? Because that's what I was pulling the cards for.
That is a good question.
Think about that and let me know if you come up with an answer, because I don't know what was going on. Because you were there, you were on camera, ready to go. You're situating yourself and getting everything situated and your cards and everything, you know. And I walked away, I walked back, boom, your camera was gone
Yeah.
and you didn't come back. And the show started and you didn't come back. And I'm like, what's going on with Michelle? Anyway, but yeah, try to figure that out. The other thing is that, I might be getting these because of, if we let go of Blog Talk, it that's that's a new beginning.
That is a new beginning.
It is an ace. It is a new beginning. Um, Also, it could be all the things I was talking with Catherine about.
Mm-hmm.
And I was helping her out with different ways of doing the show. She wants to do some pre-recorded shows, maybe do an occasional live here and there, and then eventually she'll come back live. But right now she needs to do it this way. And I'm like, there's lots of ways of doing it. You don't have to do a full show either. I told her what you could do is you could record a 20-minute segment, and then
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
I can start a live, I can play the segment, and then when she's done, I come back on live and take questions.
There you go. That could work.
That's one way of doing it. Another way is, yes, we can just upload it and do it as a premiere. And by the way, if you do it as a premiere, then you can join other people, our subs in the chat room like this and watch it live, but it's pre-recorded. So we can be in the chat and we can take questions in there,
Right.
and we can still take questions in there and pull cards.
I
There
like
are
it. Yeah,
there's so many cool ways to do it. So
there
many.
really is.
Who is in the chat, by the way? I know Dan was in there, and
Let's see.
Katerivana. I wanted to say Katrina, and I looked really close, and I'm like, oh, that's not Katrina. And then I'm like, wait, what is Katir
Let's see. Liz just came in.
Nirvana? There was a Cam, the Cam man Cam, but
Yeah.
Dan had to delete that some of his message. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to figure out. Maybe he was posting too much. He posted a whole shitload of stuff.
Yeah, it was, some of it wasn't very nice. Dan got rid of it.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. None of that crap, guys. Okay, we're just
Right.
it.
Nope.
It's really stupid comments. I mean, it's like, don't people
Not even worth
don't
it.
people realize that we can just delete your comments? I mean, how stupid are people? Oh God. Then yeah, Liz came in. Hi, Liz. Hi, Liz. Let's see. What can either of you see for my love life for the next 3 months? Yes, we can.
Um,
Now,
before
before we go
that,
there, I'm going to do the card of the day and the numerology of the day for
okay.
tomorrow. Tomorrow is actually another 6 nurturer day. And we
Ooh.
just had that energy like 2 days back, I believe. But because we changed months, obviously we went from using 4 to using 5. 5th month plus the first day, 6. Okay, plus we know the world year number's 8 from 2024. So that's what, 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. So today's energy is a 5. Tomorrow's a 6. The nurturer, balance and harmony. We just had that, and I got the 6 of Pentacles on Monday. I think it was actually reading for Tuesday though. Like right now, this is Wednesday, but folks, I'm reading for Thursday, May 2nd, so I can put this video out tomorrow. Queen of Pentacles, I got as my card here. Again, the nurturer, right? I mean, it's the Earth Mother card, right? Nurture your resources. This card might be this card, along with it being a 6 day, and 6, the nurturer, is also a return to balance and harmony after the chaos of 5, and it's about hearth and home and family and friends and everything like that. So how can you nurture those relationships, right? But it could also be, because it's pentacles, it could be talking about your financial picture, right? How are you managing your money? Investments, long-term security, nurture your resources. It could also, because it's the earth mother of the tarot, could be indicating, hey, how can you look after other people, especially it being a 6th day, which is also about the people that are in your life. Can you make sure everyone's cared for? It also could be talking about taking a practical, common sense, no nonsense approach to things in whatever your situation is right now as well. Yep. And depending on the context of the question, it can kind of swing between, there's two sides to this card with as far as the material is, enjoying your wealth. And then on the other side is saving for the future. So you might need to find a happy middle ground. And of course, the 6 energy from the day today is about finding balance. Yep. So a balance between, can you have a little bit of luxury without draining all the resources? Anyway, so that's the card of the day and the numerology of the day, Thursday, May 2nd, 2024. Alrighty. Oh, did you pull any cards for tomorrow, Michelle?
Well, for Thursday, May 2nd, I got the Sun card.
Oh, that's a different looking one. Let me see that close up.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I feel like you're being directed to really enjoy yourself tomorrow. Enjoy talking to yourself tomorrow. Get to know yourself, spend time with yourself because, or today, May 2nd, um, because it's all about you and reaching out to your higher self and your inner self. So that's what I have for you.
Thanks, Michelle.
Okay.
Sorry, I was trying to catch up on the chat to figure out what's up next. And I was like, I couldn't tell when you were done because I was reading the chat questions and stuff. So there's a question from Kat. I'm just going to call her Kat because I just cannot pronounce her.
Right?
And Kat is asking about, do you guys deliver messages from the other side? And it's funny, Dan goes, from the other side, like from spirit. It's like, it's like, no, Dan, from from the other side of the fence. No, message the other side, from the other
Uh,
side of the tail. Yes. But to answer your question, we've done that on the show. I am not a psychic medium. However, I've even channeled Isis. Yes. But
yeah.
I try not to. I try to swing away from that because there's people that are much better than me. And actually, Michelle is now a certified.
I'm certified. All right. No.
She's certain. No, that's Dan. Dan's certified.
Oh,
No,
that's
Michelle is a
good.
certified psychic medium. So Michelle, I don't know if you want to try, tackle this one from Kat. But did she ask? Did she actually ask a question? I didn't really see.
No. No, I haven't seen anything.
Oh wait, no,
So,
she's popping things in the bottom now, Michelle. Hi, Michelle. I'm sorry for the late response. I'm a mama and duty called. Uh, I
no, I get that.
I'd love to be read by you if. Every time I see that, though, my mind goes in all kinds of directions. My mind's always in the gutter, right? So, when I hear, I like to be read by you. Really, you want Michelle screaming in your face, reading your beads? That's where I go with that. Even though I'm technically a reader. Oh, huge. Oh God, I have to have a
Nice.
private conversation with you, Michelle and Dan, because me and Catherine got into this, and we were talking about the whole, tarot advisor versus tarot reader. And
Mm.
there's a whole reason that came up, which I can't talk about live on air right now, but it's hilarious. I love if you could reach my mother. I guess mom's on the other side. It's coming up on the anniversary and Mother's Day. So
Yeah. It
can
says
you tune
hello.
in to Kat's mom? Any messages from Kat's mom? What'd she say at the end? She put in another one below that though.
A lot of people. Yeah.
I only ask because a lot of people on here don't do that. And I always ask, yeah. And by the way, if you are a psychic medium, you can join Psychic Cafe free and you can join the Tarot Guild. Yes, it's the Tarot Guild, but we lately have just been calling it the Guild because now our new website is Psychic Cafe and we're open to everything: animal communicators, astrologers, psychic mediums, numerologists. It doesn't have to just be tarot. You can join the Guild, join us on Psychic Talk Radio / YouTube and Psychic Cafe as well. So, we would love to get more psychic mediums here on these shows. So, if you know any psychic mediums that are really, really good, because my skepticalness is going to come out here, or whatever, however you say that, I'm skeptical about a lot of psychic stuff. For somebody that runs Psychic Cafe and Psychic Talk, I am one of the most skeptical people out there. I think that a huge percentage of it is crap. I honestly, God, I can tell you, count on one hand the number of people that I've met that are professional practicing psychics in the past 20 years, even people I've interviewed on these shows that I would feel comfortable sending a friend to get a reading from. you know there's just not that many good ones out there, really. I mean, that are really, 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 really good. It's anyway. So we would like to get some really good. We used to have some really great people like Rose Fullhorst and Vivian Aubin on the network. Um and they're not with us now, and hopefully we'll get them to come back and visit. But I'd like to have some full-time hosts again, so I just want to put that out there, Michelle. Not to interrupt while you're tuning in there.
No, you are perfectly fine. So I keep hearing the name Lily, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if that means anything to you, but I just keep hearing Lily. I don't know if that's a name, a flower. I don't know if it means anything. Um, I also have gotten 3 4s, so I don't know if the number 4 means anything. Um, so I have the 4 of water, the 4 of air, and the 4 of fire. So I feel like there's a lot of emotions on both ends coming from you and from your mom. I feel like you were really, really missing her, and she is so wrapped around you. It's like it's almost like I can see where her aura has just it's almost as if her aura has just come and blended with your aura, and she envelopes you, and she is always with you, and you are never without her. You are never alone. And when you are at your saddest, when you are missing her the most, that is when she is with you the hardest. And you really need to just take those deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And let it out through your mouth and just feel her presence. And it's okay to call out to her because that is her way of hugging you. I can just I feel her hug and her warmth. I feel like she was very loving and very I just feel like you had a very strong connection with her, and she just wants you to know she is still here with you. She has not left you, and that she is sharing her aura with you.
Oh, by the way, Kat says Lily is my sister by my dad, not my mom.
Interesting. Hmm.
I just thought I'd throw that out there. I don't know what that has to do with what, because I was doing other things while you were doing that. I was checking out the next question, which is from Liz. So I hope that helped you out, Kat. That was great.
I think she wants you to get in touch with Lily. Yeah,
Oh, that makes sense.
that, yep.
So Liz said, "Good evening," and she was the one that asked about, my love life for the next 3 months. By the
Mm.
way, Daisha, one of our regulars, popped in. Irene, one of our lifetime members,
Daisha,
popped in. Randall popped in. I want to
me,
say hi to everybody coming,
Randall.
just hanging out here. So for Liz, real quick, and then we'll take a phone call. If there's any phone calls on Block Talk, we'll take a phone call. We
Yeah,
had a
Randall says he's in the queue.
Oh, okay. So we're going to go to Randall's call next. And Michelle, you take care of Randall. I'm going to do Liz real quick because
Okay.
I already got the cards. So we're talking about, okay, so the next 3 months, first card, first month, the next 30 days. What is that? Page of Swords. Swords is air. I'm thinking maybe a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. In fact, the Page of Swords in particular, I know is usually associated with Gemini. And I know nothing about astrology, and I never even studied the astrological associations in tarot. The only reason I know that is because I'm a Gemini. That's the only reason I know that association. But it's like this guy shows up. But look at this. In the 30 days after that, the next month, the Knight of Pentacles shows up. Okay. So he's possibly an earth sign, maybe a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn, more practical, more slow moving here. This is the slowest moving of, and then in the third month, I get the Ace of Pentacles. This is a weird thing. It's almost like, Liz, you're going to have, more dates than you know what to do with. This is the weird part, though. The ace, the new opportunity, comes in that third month. So, what about these other guys? Okay, so what I think is going on with the first month and the second month is that you're going to have some nice, get togethers. You're going to have some nice dates. I don't want to say flings, but you're going to have some, things, and then the real opportunity shows up. See, it's not a court card. It's not the person. It's the opportunity. And then remember, whenever Ace of Pentacles comes up, guys, if you're learning tarot, you're in the perfect garden. And where's your goal? The summit of that mountain. So the goal, this new opportunity, a new individual in your life, the goal is outside of the garden. It's at the top of the summit. You have to go out this, if you can see it, out this path and out the gate and across the desolate space and up the mountain. It's a journey, It's not easy. The big thing is stepping outside of this garden, and what that is, it's a metaphor for stepping outside of your comfort zone. So that's what I'm getting. So the next 30 days, enjoy yourself. The next 30 days, be looking for the air sign to show up, be looking for the earth sign to show up. The 30 days after that, just enjoy yourself. Don't take anything too seriously. And then in the third month, look into, that's 90 days out, or 60 to 90 days out. You want to, where are we anyway? May. So see, this one would be into June, into July, into August. So maybe, oh my God, it just came. Where's Michelle? Michelle, you disappeared again.
I'm here.
She keeps turning her camera off. I completely forgot we're spring into summer. So spring flings and summer flings. It's a summer flings. These are summer flings. It's like May into June, or mostly May, mostly June, and then August or towards the end of August. Okay, so then you step outside of your comfort zone, and you get out of the summer flings, and it's like getting serious, and you're getting outside your comfort zone, going places you wouldn't normally go, doing things you normally wouldn't do to meet people, things like that. Maybe going on a dating service, that you've never done, and it's like, I'm scared to get on that swipe left thing, swipe right thing. But hey, go ahead and do it. Give it a try. All righty. So we're going to go to that phone call. Who'd you say that was? It was someone in chat.
Um, yeah, it was.
Randall?
I think it was Randall, area code 303.
Nope, that's not him. This is someone else. Area code
Okay.
929. Yeah, 303
Oh,
disappeared. You got to
oh,
call back in, Randall. So area code 929. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Zach. This is Stacy. How are you?
Oh, it's
And Michelle?
Stacy. I remember Stacy.
nice.
Where are you again, Stacy? I forget.
Yes. Right. I'm in Brooklyn.
Oh, you're in Brooklyn right now? Okay. I'll just put
Brooklyn? Yeah. Well,
just put New York. So
yeah.
what's
I'm from
going
Brooklyn.
on?
I mean, I'm not from Brooklyn, but I just, it's
Happen
a
to be there.
temporary just stay there. Hi. Yes. Look, I want to get your advice on something. So I guess, okay, I have to do a temporary move. There's an issue going on with the landlord, and we had to go to court. So the attorney for the courts called me. They called me about a month ago, asking me if I'd be willing to move out if they pay me, because the landlord and I are at a discrepancy, and I think other things are going on. So because I have not heard back from the lawyer as of yet. I only talked to him one time after that, because he wanted to know if I was interested in the and the pay to move program, because of the discrepancy that the landlord and I were having. And I told him yes. So I haven't heard back from this lawyer as of yet. And, I just wanted to see if you see the card, see that he's going to call me back. Because I talked to him like once or twice, but it's going on 6 weeks now. So I guess I just wanted to see if that offer is still on the table.
All righty. So Michelle's going to do that. I'm
So
going
I
to head
guess
back to the chat. Check this out here.
Oh. Now I got out of my deck, I've got the coffin card, which is a quick ending. So something is ending rather quickly. But I also got the mountain, which means there's some obstacles that need to be overcome with this. And then the star card shows up. So it can be overcome, the offer is still on the table, but it looks like there's some obstacles that need to be overcome before that happens. It looks like there might be maybe some miscommunication or something that needs to be written in or taken out of this deal before it can be completed.
Mm.
Okay, because I'm looking. I'm looking for a place as we speak. So I found one realtor, but I'm gonna look for another realtor too. So that way, when they do call me, I can let them know, hey, I have a realtor, I have a place, so that I can just do a quick move.
Right.
Well, thanks for the call, Stacy.
Yeah,
It was nice talking to you again.
Thank you. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Yep, call us back and let us know what happened. All righty, so we're going to check the chat again. We're like coming up on the end of the show already. It's already been an hour.
Wow.
Can you believe it? Yeah, well, of course, it took the first 20 minutes to get Michelle on the show, but just kidding. So the next question is from Liz, and I think, no, it wasn't Liz. It was Daisha. We did Liz. What's coming in for me this month of May? Daisha, you're pretty regular here. Didn't you already ask that? I don't want to mess it up if we already gave you information on that. Let me know in the chat. Did we already? Deer's back.
Oh, hello, Dear.
Dear Aurora. I know I'm butchering that, but it's like I'm just gonna call them Dear.
Yes.
Hey, Michelle. I'm just gonna call him Dear.
Dear, yeah.
Dear.
Yeah, Dear.
So that question that I saw from Daisha was about, May. Dan was it's really funny because Randall called in, said he was in the queue, 303. Then he hangs up. Then in the chat, he goes, do you guys take calls? You were just in the caller queue. Why would you hang up? And then he says, I'm looking for a mini reading. And then Dan says, yes, we take call 714-816-4628, but he's not called back in. So I don't know what's going on. Daisha says, no, I haven't asked about May yet. Good. Okay, good. So this is what I'm getting. Okay. Some weird stuff's going to go on. It's another 5 card, 5 of Swords. What do I always say about the 5 of Swords? You guys have been around here long enough, especially you, Daisha.
90 seconds.
Oh, see, we're doing 90 seconds already. Why is it so short? That I set it up for 90. I set it for 90 minutes and was going to try to end after 60, but isn't this, did we start at 6? No, we started at 6:30. Right?
No, 6:30. Yep.
I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's like if you're on the phone lines, you're still going to be able to hear us.
60 seconds.
Again, another weird blog talk thing. What am I saying? It's like the universe saying you need to get rid of blog talk. It's just driving me nuts. And another thing is, sorry to interrupt your reading, but this other stuff comes in like unexpectedly. The gods going, you got 90 seconds. We're just gonna stop live streaming. That does not mean anything. We're still the YouTube show is still gonna be going on. Everything's fine. But it's hilarious because that's another thing that Catherine said. So Catherine's like, so when you did get the phone lines working, like it worked on Saturday, but then it wouldn't work on Monday. And
10 seconds.
You had your special guest, Sonny Hancock. So I hadn't taught you how to go on and do the switchboard yourself.
Right.
To call the people. So we just told everybody to come over to the chat if they had questions. But it was running, and we got anywhere from, you look on the board and there would be like 2 callers, sometimes 4 callers, 3, 2, went back and forth. And that's what Catherine was asking me. How many callers do you get anyway? And it's like, well, not like the old days when we used to have 15, 20 callers in the queue. It's only a few callers, and it's just like, is it worth it to do all that work and pay all that money just to have access to allow a couple of callers?
Right.
Anyway, so and maybe that's why the 5 swords is coming up, just fives, chaos, but whenever this card comes up, I remind people that, hey, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Okay, so Daisha, I feel like through the month of May, somewhere in there, you're going to have what we call a 5 of Swords situation come up. That's how we talk about it, us tarot people. It's like, oh shit, she's having a tarot moment. That's actually how we talk about it. Yes. So it's a 5 of Swords moment. You're gonna be going, oh, that's what Dax was that's what Dax was telling me about. Exactly. You're going to see this 5 of Swords moment somewhere in May, and you're going to go, that's what Dax was talking about. Do I want to be right or do I want to be happy? Overall, it looks like the ending of a battle. It seems like in May, you may have some issues to deal with. You may have some upheaval, some squabbling. I don't know. Typically I get a 5 of Wands for squabble, whereas the 5 of Swords is usually post actual, real storm clouds on this one. It's like we're talking like hubby and wifey poo got in a knockdown drag out kind of thing. Whereas for squabbles, I usually get the 5 of Wands, but still, anything that's a 5, right? And then what I get for you is this Queen of Wands reminding you to, assert your independence and, what are you passionate about? And this King of Swords right next to it. Okay. And as the way it's laid, the Queen of Wands is looking slightly towards the King of Swords. The King of Swords is looking straight out at you. So how he reacts to things. So, when this 5 of Swords moment happens, or maybe it's going to be more than one 5 of Swords moment, Daisha, it's saying that you need to think analytically about the situation. Don't let the turmoil of the situation and the emotions drag you away. You need to use your analytical abilities. You got to give it some thought. And then the other thing is to hang on to what you're passionate about. If the squabble involves something that, hey, you're passionate about it and you're right kind of thing and all, you got to be independent. That's the black cat down there. It's the symbol of independence, but it's a Wands card, so the staff, the wand is the fire energy. You got to stand up for what you believe. And it's talking about something you're really passionate about, but use logic too. So that's the message I got for Daisha for May. And then we got Ritu came in. Hi, Ritu.
You read too?
And to hear, can you give out a message on my health? Do you see any improvements in the near future, or are they still going downhill? Well, see, we can't answer those kind of questions because we're not licensed medical professionals. So we can't analyze health situations. We can't give you advice of a health nature. We can't diagnose. And so telling you if things are getting better or if there's going to be improvements or if it's going to continue downhill would be making a diagnosis. So we actually can't do that. Now we can rephrase, ask a different question about, how you feel around your situation and things like that. But we have to be very careful on air. It's different, when you get into a private reading, what people
right.
But yeah. Anyway, so I wanted to mention that
Oh,
real while we're talking about that, come over to psychic.cafe. It's free to join www.psychic.cafe. Okay. And let me put in Michelle's page. So if you want to get a private session, go over to psychic.cafe/Michelle. You can book a session right there. And then I'm going to put
mhm.
mine in. Mine is Dax. You can go over there. You can also chat with us in between shows. Like,
Absolutely.
you got to join Psychic Cafe, join the website for free, and then sign in. And once you're signed in, when you go to our pages, you'll see the button there to send us a message, and you can chat with us in between shows, recommendations for shows, people you would like us to interview, decks,
Hmm.
books you want us to review, different psychic topics you want us to talk about. You have questions, you want to learn something, want us to teach about it, that kind of thing. Those kind of things. What else
So,
is to say?
yeah, I
I,
think,
okay, and where were you going?
yeah,
Where were you
yeah.
going?
Um, I did pull a couple of cards
Oh,
for
okay.
to here, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I got resources, which is the fish card. So I don't know what exactly you are going through with your health, but we're being I'm being told that you need to look into the resources that are available to you. Um, I know finances can sometimes be tough. Look into different medical scholarships or medical schools that might be willing to help if that is an issue. The other
Mm-hmm.
card I got is the heart card. Nobody can love you like you can. So this resource card is telling you to love yourself. Nobody can really look at your health but you. And now is the time, if you really want your health to improve, now is the time to really start listening to your body and start talking to yourself and your doctors.
Mm-hmm. And I
So,
and I pulled some cards too, and this goes to that conversation that I had with our host Catherine that I was talking about, Michelle. Um, because that's one of the things that came up. We were talking about, doing predictive readings versus using tarot to empower our clients. And so it's
right,
not, trying to predict the future, trying to tell you what's going to happen with your what's going to happen with your health issues. Not only is it illegal for us to do that, but it doesn't help you. How does,
right,
yeah. So rather, and what I've done, I would rather pull cards that lead us in some direction and give you something to do that's going to actually help around the situation. I got two cards.
ooh,
Two is relationships, and also it makes my balloons go up. Apparently, the balloons just took off. Why did it do balloons for that? I don't get it. Anyway, I will never understand you do these little gestures, and MacBook puts these things on, and
yeah,
it's on Zoom, a completely different program. How does it even do that? Anyway, um, but it's the Mac doing that.
yep,
So two is relationships. So it's talking about working with other people. So it's giving you a clue. Look at this first card. Three of Pentacles. There's an ultimate goal, a project that's being completed, and there's three individuals, each has a different role, and together they're working on accomplishing the situation. Okay, so you have to work with your medical practitioners, whoever it is, your primary care physicians and nurse practitioners, technicians, whatever it is. I don't know who your practitioners are that you're working with or not working with. Okay. So that's clue number one. All right. And then remember, you ask the question in a fortune telling kind of thing, what's going to happen, rather than, yeah, that presupposes that there's no that there's fate, that there's no free will, that we have to take what happens. So like if I had pulled cards and said, oh yeah, to here, yeah, your health's going to continue to go downhill, you might as well not even do it. Just eat bombs and smoke your marijuana until you pass away. How would that do anything? It's not going to help you, you know. So what this is saying, though, is that there is help out there. So rather than sit on your laurels, wait for life to happen to you, you can co-create your life, and even to changing the outcomes surrounding like medical issues. For instance, one of those two cards I was talking about is the Two of Wands. He's got the globe in his hands. Guess what? Nowadays, we all have the globe in our hands. That's right. With our computers, with our phones, our pads, we have access to the sum total of knowledge on the entire planet. Work with your medical practitioners, providers, whatever, they come up with a different term doesn't it drive you nuts? We used to just say nurses and doctors, and now we have to, oh no, it's medical professional, or we have to say medical we have to use the word provider now.
Yeah.
Work with the people you're already working with in your medical system, but don't stop there. Reach out to the entire world.
Yeah, absolutely.
On everything, every malady, everything in the world that I don't know what your situation is. I don't want to know. It's none of my business. Whatever you're dealing with, I don't care if it's, you got liver cancer or bunions. I mean, it doesn't matter. There is information, treatments, alternative treatments for literally everything. A lot of different, and it's all only anecdotal evidence, but a lot of hypnotherapists have used hypnosis on literally everything. Why? Because it doesn't hurt anything, but it can help. There's people that have used hypnosis and cured cancer. The power of the mind. If the medical establishment gives up on you, seek out another provider. There's Reiki and emotional freedom tech. You can use EFT on everything too, and use the power of the mind to heal yourself. Go out there. The information you're looking for is on the web. The people you are looking for, the people to work with, the hypnotherapists and the NLP practitioners are on the web. Okay. And then what happens? There's another 2 card saying, yes, you should be working with someone else to help. What's this up here? It's the medical caduceus.
Yep. Yes, it is.
And then this up here is actually thought to be angel wings with the lion's head. These wings with the caduceus represents Archangel Raphael. So lastly, the very last message is the tarot is saying, call on Raphael for healing. And also it's an indicator, because it came last, that if you do these things first, you could end up here with a healing, but you have to work on it.
Nice.
So I hope that helps you out. Dahir says, right. Yes, true. And there was a question before we I wanted to end 15 minutes ago, but that's okay.
Right.
And it's hilarious is because like we don't even have the phone lines and we're still going over.
Yeah, I think
So
it was
Ritu was asking, when will I get rid of my abusive husband? I love this one. I don't know if you pulled a card on that,
I have not yet.
but look, I got the wish come true card.
Ooh.
I was gonna pull more cards and see what I got, but Ritu, I just pulled this card and I stopped right there.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
like if you want it to happen, and and that's another aspect of this that I didn't think of initially. Because when I first looked at it, it's like, oh, wish come true card. She's going to get her wish. Her wish is to, I assume, get rid of her abusive husband. But then there's the other aspect. Is that your wish?
Right.
And if it is, you have to make it happen. Don't sit back and wait for, when will I get rid of, which is saying, when will he leave? No, you have to fix that. You have to take care of that.
You will know when the time is right.
Mm-hmm.
When you have just enough courage and self-confidence, and it doesn't have to be a lot. It just has to be just enough to say, I have had enough. I am done. And that's when you will walk away.
Yep. Yep. And so I don't want to put a timing on that because I feel this is more up to you than the universe. Unless you want to let, again, what we said earlier, life happen to you instead of manifesting what you want. Now, it is a 9 card. So I could say as quickly as 9 weeks, I don't think 9 days, you're not going to get rid of them tomorrow unless you kick them out. Unless something happens where and then you call the police or something like that. No, this may be a process. But it could happen as quickly as in a 9-day period, so like a week to 9 days, right? But if you sit back and just hope he leaves, and if you sit back and just let life continue to happen to you, it's going to be 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be a lot worse. Yes. So there we go. I think that's all we're going to take for now. Richu says there's no place for me to go. I understand that. Now, most communities do have places. There are shelters for abused women in 99% of places around the world. Now, you may be just happen to be in that one rural place where there is nothing.
Right.
And I'm sorry for that. There's nothing that I can suggest to help you with that. Your situation, your surroundings, what family, friends, coworkers, assistance there is, if I was someplace where there's no place to go, I would find the next major city.
Yeah.
And that major city may be thousands of miles away. But find the next major city, the closest major city, and go ahead and put that in. You're online right now. Listen to this. So you have access. So go online, Google it. I'm in such and such a town, nearest major city. Okay. Then, it's like, okay. So the nearest major city, and then type in the name of the city and type in, woman's abuse shelter, something like that.
Yeah.
Try different word combinations and see if something comes up. If something does not come up, then what you do is you search that city, the nearest big city, if you don't have facilities where you're at, and you put in that city and you put in government. and you find the government website for that city and look through the phone numbers. It's going to have a directory. It's going to have, who to call for assistance. And if not, that's fine. Find the main phone number for, like the city offices. Call the operator. And say, I don't know who to call, but I have this situation. Can you give me a phone number? Can you tell me who to get in contact with? Another thing you can do is the nearest hospital.
Yep.
They have resources. Go to the nearest hospital. Again, if the nearest hospital is a major city away, you gotta go to the major city away. I'm sorry, or at very least call them up and ask them what to do. Maybe they know about resources in your area that you don't know about.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Okay, so work on that, and you need to take the reins, though. You need to do it. And I want to thank Stacy for calling in. And I don't know how many more phone calls we're ever going to take, because
Blog Talk is a pain.
Blog Talk's not working, and we may be getting rid of Blog Talk. And so, by the way, if you listen to this show on Blog Talk, I guess we should start saying that on the next several shows and tell everybody, you got to come over to the YouTube channel, and you need to subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yes.
So that you get notified of our shows. You need to start checking our shows out on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Forget about Blog Talk and following us there and everything like that. Follow us here, because we may not be having Blog Talk soon.
Yep.
But we will be here. Yay. And speaking of being here, tomorrow I'm going to be here with Ellie.
Yay.
Yep. It's going to be fun again. Alrighty. So goodbye to everybody in chat. Thanks for being here. All our regulars. Thanks, Michelle. I had fun.
Thanks, Dad.
Bye, everybody. Get out your tarot.